One morning, you reach for your phone, and something is missing. No Instagram, no Twitter, no TikTok, no Facebook. The icons are gone. The servers are silent. Social media has vanished overnight. In a single moment, billions lose their digital voices. No likes, no comments, no followers, just silence. A silence humanity hasn't known in nearly 2 decades. What would happen next? How would the world change without the networks that connect and divide us? Today, over 4.5 billion people use social media, more than half of humanity. It has become the global town square, the modern newspaper, the stage on which politics, entertainment, and daily life unfold. It is the place where revolutions begin, where brands are built, where memories are shared. Without it, the entire architecture of modern communication collapses. No more likes, no more retweets, no more scrolling through endless feeds. The system disappears, not gradually, but instantly. In a single night, the world wakes up disconnected. What social media really is. At its core, social media is more than entertainment. It is infrastructure. A web of data stored in vast server farms, powered by algorithms designed to capture attention. Every like, every comment, every share, each is a data point feeding into a global machine that knows us better than we know ourselves. It is the rhythm of our time. The endless scroll during sleepless nights. The notifications that punctuate workdays. The flood of images, videos, and words that shape the way we see the world. Social media is not just where we spend our time. It is where we live a second life, a digital shadow of ourselves. Social media is memory. Billions of photos, trillions of conversations, birthdays, weddings, heartbreaks, victories, all stored in digital clouds. If it vanished, that history would vanish too. A collective erasure of our digital lives. Comparison to history and science. We have lived through great communication revolutions before. The printing press gave ordinary people access to ideas once reserved for the elite. Radio and television shrank the world into a shared living room. The internet opened every library, every newspaper, every voice to the world at once. But unlike the press, radio, or television, social media is participatory. It is not just consumed, it is created. Billions of us add our voices every day, shaping what others see and believe. When it vanishes, we don't just lose entertainment. We lose the very fabric of modern communication. For the first time in decades, the world falls silent, not from lack of technology, but from lack of connection. It would be like the sudden end of electricity in the 19th century, or the disappearance of radio in the middle of World War II. Not simply an inconvenience, but a shockwave, tearing through politics, culture, and human psychology. Cause and effect, step by step. If social media vanished overnight, the effects would ripple through society, hour by hour, day by day. Hour 1, confusion. The first reaction is disbelief. People refresh their apps. They blame Wi-Fi. They wait. But there is no return. The feeds remain empty. Confusion spreads. Text messages and calls begin to flood between friends and family. Is it just me? Are you offline too? Day 1, silence spreads. By the end of the first day, a strange quiet falls across the digital world. News struggles to travel. Breaking stories once shared in seconds now crawl through traditional outlets. Emergency alerts, once amplified by viral sharing, move slower. A global hum has gone quiet. It feels as though humanity is holding its breath. Week 1, withdrawal. By the first week, the silence becomes unbearable for many. Social media has rewired brains to crave likes, comments, validation. Without it, anxiety rises. Studies show that for heavy users, withdrawal symptoms mirror those of drug dependency. Irritability, restlessness, even depression. The young, especially teenagers, feel the loss most deeply. For a generation raised online, the loss is like losing a second home. Month 1, the collapse of influence. After a month, the economic toll becomes clear. Entire industries collapse overnight. Influencers lose their platforms. Digital marketing becomes obsolete. Billion-dollar companies built on clicks and shares vanish. The advertising industry, worth hundreds of billions, shrinks almost to nothing. The economy trembles as the attention economy, the lifeblood of social media, dies in silence. Year 1, a new world emerges. After a year, adaptation begins. With no social media, society reorganizes. People turn back to older systems, phone calls, emails, face-to-face conversations. Communities reform in local spaces. Newspapers and television regain some ground. The attention economy gives way to something slower, perhaps something deeper. The digital landscape, once ruled by constant noise, begins to rediscover silence. Consequences in detail. Politics would be transformed. No more viral campaigns. No more echo chambers of like-minded voices. Protests, once organized in hours, would take weeks. Misinformation might slow, but so would truth. Leaders would struggle to reach their people. Democracy itself would change shape. Culture would fracture. Without viral trends, global phenomena would vanish. No more dances sweeping the planet. No memes binding strangers together. Culture would become local again, regional, fragmented, disconnected. Music, art, and fashion would rise in pockets of the world, spreading only through slower, older channels. And yet, families might talk more. Historical parallels and human nature. When systems collapse, humanity adapts. We always have. The Great Depression reshaped economies. World wars redefined borders. The collapse of the 2008 financial markets forced governments to rebuild from ruins. Each time, we survived. But each time, we emerged different. If social media collapsed, we would survive too. But the world that emerged might not resemble the one we know. Children would grow up without influencers. Elections would unfold without hashtags. Revolutions would move from screens back to the streets. Humanity would learn again to share stories without likes, to build communities without followers, to connect without algorithms guiding every word. The bigger picture. So what if social media vanished overnight? Would we lose the greatest communication tool ever created? Or would we gain something back? Silence, attention, focus, perhaps even freedom. The truth is, social media is not just a tool. It is a mirror. It shows us who we are, what we fear, what we desire. Without it, the reflection disappears. And perhaps, for the first time in a generation, we would have to look at ourselves directly, without filters, without likes, without applause. If tomorrow you woke up and the feeds were gone forever, would you miss them? Or would you finally breathe? And if the digital voices fell silent, what would happen if, instead, the machines behind them learned to speak for themselves? Fade to black. Text on screen. Next time, what if the entire internet became self-aware?